The elders of Umuagu village used to say, when fear enters a man's heart, even the shadow of a goat begins to look like a lion. And on the night the villagers gathered with torches and stones, fear had already turned a harmless woman into a monster in their minds. They were ready to burn her. But before dawn, the same people who called her a witch would fall on their knees in shame, because the truth was far more terrifying than the lie. Many years ago, deep within the forests and red earth paths of Umuagu village, there lived a quiet woman named Nneka. Nneka was not like the other women. While others laughed loudly at the village stream or gossiped under the mango tree, Nneka preferred silence. She lived alone at the edge of the village in a small mud hut beside an ancient iroko tree that everyone feared. She rarely attended gatherings. She rarely spoke. And most disturbing of all, strange things always seemed to happen around her. Children who mocked her would suddenly fall sick. Goats that wandered into our compound were found dead the next morning. And sometimes, villagers swore they saw her walking alone at night under the moonlight. In African villages, silence is dangerous because another proverb says, when the drum beat is unclear, the dancer invents his own rhythm. And soon, the villagers invented a terrible story. They began to whisper, Nneka is a witch. At first, the whispers were small, but whispers are like wildfire in dry harmattan wind. Before long, the entire village believed it. One year, disaster struck Umuagu. The rains refused to fall. Crops dried in the fields. The stream began to shrink. Children cried from hunger. And whenever misfortune visits a village, people begin searching for someone to blame. The elders called a meeting in the village square. Old Chief Okore, the oldest man in the land, rose slowly with his walking stick. My people, he said in a tired voice.
When a snake enters a house and no one kills
it will eventually bite someone. The crowd murmured. Then one man shouted from the back, It is Nneka!
Yes!
Another voice joined.
Nothing has gone well.
Since she came to this village, nothing has gone well. She walks at night like spirits. She talks to herself. She lives beside the evil iroko tree. Fear turned into anger, and anger turned into judgment. Without proof, without mercy, the verdict was simple. Nneka must be driven out of the village before she destroys them all. That evening, the villagers marched to her hut carrying torches. Men, women, even children. They surrounded her small house like hunters surrounding prey. Chief Okore called out loudly,
Nneka, come out!
Nneka, come out! For a moment, nothing happened. Then the wooden door slowly opened. Nneka stepped outside. Her face was calm, too calm. She looked at the crowd quietly, her tired eyes reflecting the flickering torchlight.
The time has finally come,
she said softly. The time has finally come.
You are a witch!
Her words
you have
confused
cast our
the
land!
You must leave this village tonight! Curiosity. You are a witch, one woman screamed. You have cursed our land, shouted another. You must leave this village tonight. The crowd roared in agreement. But Nneka did not beg. She did not cry. Instead, she looked at them with deep sadness. Then she spoke a proverb that made some elders shift uneasily. The child who says his mother will not sleep will also stay awake all night. The villagers did not understand.
Riddles! Leave this village now, or we burn this hut with you inside!
Enough riddles! Leave this village now, or we burn this hut with you inside. The torches burned brighter. The crowd moved closer. For the first time, Nneka sighed deeply. Then she said something that froze the entire crowd. If I leave, none of you will see the next planting season. Silence fell. Then laughter erupted. Ah, a witch's threat, someone mocked. But the old chief narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? Nneka slowly turned and pointed toward the dark forest behind her. Her voice became heavy. Every night for
Every
the
night
past
for the
7
past 7
years,
years,
I have been fighting something
I have been
in
fighting
that forest.
something in that forest.
The villagers exchanged
What
confused
nonsense is
glances.
this?
There is a
What
spirit there,
nonsense is this?
older than
One
this
man
village,
scoffed.
older than your
But
father's
Nneka
fathers.
continued. There is a spirit there, an ancient one, older than this village, older than your father's fathers. Some villagers shifted uncomfortably. The forest behind her was known as Evil Grove. People avoided it for generations. Nneka continued quietly. 7 years
ago, the spirit awoke. It began creeping toward the village. It brings drought, sickness, and death wherever it goes.
Sickness and death wherever it goes. The villagers looked at each other nervously.
And every night, I go there to stop it from crossing into this village.
Stop it from crossing into this village. Laughter
You
broke
expect
out
us to
again.
believe that?
You expect
must
us to
believe it.
believe that?
Give us
Someone
proof.
shouted.
You will see.
Nneka did not argue. Instead, she lifted her wrapper slightly. Gasps filled the air. Her legs were covered with scars, deep scars, burn marks, claw-like wounds. Even the brave hunters stepped back. These, she said softly, are the battles you never saw. Chief Okore's face slowly changed. But before he could speak, a sudden wind swept through the village square. The torches flickered violently. The ground trembled slightly. Then, a terrifying sound echoed from the forest. A deep, unnatural roar. The villagers froze. Children began to cry. And slowly, a dark
I warned you
shadow
the night I
began
stopped
moving
fighting it
between the trees.
is the night it
Nneka
enters your
looked at the
homes.
forest with tired eyes. Then she turned back to the villagers. I warned you, she whispered. The night I stop fighting it is the night it enters your homes. The shadow moved closer. Trees shook violently. Something massive was approaching. Fear swallowed the entire village. Chief Okore's walking stick slipped from his hands. For the first time, the villagers saw the truth. The woman they called a witch had been their protector. For 7 years, while they slept peacefully in their homes, while they insulted her name, while they planned to drive her away, she had been fighting their nightmare alone. The old chief slowly dropped to his knees. Then another elder followed. Soon, the entire crowd began to kneel before her. Tears filled many eyes. Forgive us, the chief whispered. Nneka looked at them quietly. Then she turned back toward the forest. The shadow was now dangerously close. Her voice became firm. There is no time for shame. She stepped forward toward the darkness. But before entering the forest, she paused. Then she spoke one final proverb. When the drum changes its rhythm, the dancer must also change his steps. She turned back to the villagers. Tonight, you must stand with me. The villagers looked at each other with fear. But slowly, men picked up their spears. Hunters grabbed their bows. Women brought fire. For the first time in 7 years, Nneka would not fight alone. And that night, Umuagu village learned a lesson their ancestors had always tried to teach. Not every quiet person is your enemy. And sometimes, the person you fear the most is the one standing between you and destruction. But here is the question that remains. If you were in that village, would you have believed Nneka earlier? Or would you have also waited until the monster came out of the forest before realizing the truth?
Let's hear your answer in the comment section. Please, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, comment, like, and share for more interesting stories like this. Bye!